Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Thanks to Skylar Cole for that stirring rendition of our national anthem. And we'll be right back. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. With David Aldridge on our sideline, and here with me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith, this is Kevin Harlan. D.A., take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, we all know Ja Morant's a high flyer. He says, my dad was pretty athletic when he played, so I can say some of it comes from him. Jumping on tires and the other drills, they just allowed my legs to get stronger. It's enabled me to get off the floor quicker, be more explosive, and it shows when I'm out there on the court. Kevin, it certainly does.
He is a high flyer indeed. David, thank you. And we've got a game that's sure to be a crowd pleaser, Greg. Two high-octane offenses going head-to-head.
And it's not just run and gun. Each team has a very well-refined attack. And this kind of matchup comes down to which side can maintain their energy through all four quarters.
And the starting group for the Grizzlies. The wingmen are Bane and Brooks. And then there's Steven Adams. Then there's Ja Morant. And it's Aldama in at the 4. And for the Pelicans, Ingram in the front court with Williamson. McCollum and Jones are their guards. And it's Valanciunas in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Strong move by Brandon. He's playing with such great confidence these days.
And there it is for him.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
Well, Smitty, after his sensational rookie season, I think people knew that Ja Morant had an unlimited ceiling.
Kevin, now we know it's not just high, it's through the roof. Ja was Rookie of the Year, and he keeps up in his game. We could, Kevin, be looking at an all-time great.
Bane with it. Jones covering. Bane with the bucket.
Desmond Bane showing off his strength. That's a tough shot inside.
And that outstanding drive and finish brought to you by Mobile One.
Nice take. Staying aggressive with this game, still very much up in the air.
Now here's Valanciunas. 8 points his last outing. Valanciunas with a screen on Morant. McCollum, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Steven Adams picks one up.
First team foul.
And the way C.J. McCollum, Greg, can get a shot up while moving, that's a big part of his game, isn't it?
Yeah, very few players can shoot as well as McCollum on the run. Applies for his pull-up jumpers or when he's falling out of bounds. McCollum, one of the best in the league at it.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good. McCollum.
I think people underestimated the Pelicans last year. They had such a tough start to the season, but still were able to make it to the playoffs.
And he can't hit the second. Unfortunately, the Pelicans did make a first-round exit in the postseason, Greg.
In a series, they took to 6 games, but yeah, it couldn't put together that deep run. Maybe this year things will be different.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Inside, Steven Adams is always ready for battle, getting the shot off despite the foul.
Memphis shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. That free throw, no good. Well, Greg, with this Memphis Grizzlies team, you like how young and how hungry they are. It's very appealing.
And these players have bought into the system. This is a selfless group that knows each other's strengths, and it's why they've seen so much success here of late.
And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there.
And something that gets overlooked is how good of a passer Steven Adams is.
You're totally right, G.A. He's gotten much better with his vision. Knows how to find cutters and open guys out of the high post. Plus, he's skilled at throwing those full-court touchdown passes.
So it's the Grizzlies now, following the score by New Orleans. Here's Morant. And Jones pulls it down. For New Orleans, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. At the elbow, it's Valanciunas. Ingram outside. And there's the pass to McCollum. Off target with his 3. There's 1:47 left in the first quarter. Brooks up on top. He's guarded by McCollum. Brooks against McCollum. Shot clock at 6. And Morant gets it to go.
Look how Ja just glides through the contact. He's such a nimble player.
Now here's Ingram. His last outing with 20 points. Valanciunas with a screen on Brooks. Ingram finds Valanciunas. He can't get that one to fall. Memphis leading. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
In terms of entertainment factor, can any current player top Ja Morant? I mean, we've seen Ja with some vicious in-game throwdown.
First one falls for him. Hey, Greg, talking about the great Ja Morant, this guy is just flat out fun to watch.
Well, Ja's been known to go off for 50 on any given night, but he also looks for others, dropping some nasty dimes. Morant has an insane combination of athleticism and skill. This guy can do anything.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
I'll tell you, he doesn't give points away. Excellent job from the line.
52 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Tipped away. Daniels from outside. He can't get it to go. And it's Memphis the other way. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
Yeah, they got into a terrific flow offensively, but a lot of that was because the defense they were facing was mediocre.
Yeah, it seemed like they got every shot they wanted. I'm sure they wish every game could be that way.
And the Grizzlies leading by 5. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Count that bucket.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
They're playing well. They're building momentum. This is how they can turn a small lead into a big one.
Here's Alvarado. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And that concludes the first quarter of play. It's the Grizzlies. They lead by 7. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from New Orleans. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And for Memphis, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
Well, if there's one thing, Greg, that defines a modern NBA big man, it is mobility.
And they've got to be able to move their feet and really play in space. Otherwise, they just can't stay on the floor in today's game.
The forwards for him are a pair of Blue Devils, Ingram and Williamson. McCollum and Jones are their guards. And it's Valanciunas in at the 5 down low. That's the Pelicans 5 as we get into the second quarter. Now McCollum after the missed 3 from Desmond Bane. And with that shot, the Grizzly lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Valanciunas. And here's Jones. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Bane with the bucket.
Quick decision-making of Desmond Bane, not wasting any time going up with his shot.
Now here's McCollum. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
After spending almost a decade in Portland, McCollum has adjusted well to playing in his new surroundings.
You know, GA, he's a fantastic player when he's out on the floor. Missed a lot of games over the last 3 years. But when he's feeling right, he is a nightmare to defend.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. Smitty with Memphis. What do they need right now to make a championship run this season?
Kevin, I think the pieces are all in place. It's a matter of luck on the injury front and staying focused when the pressure's on in the biggest postseason games.
Steven Adams, he's checked in for Memphis. He hits the second from the line.
CJ has always been a gifted scorer, but he's shown significant improvement as a playmaker, which makes him even more dangerous with the ball in his hands.
Clark sets a screen for Jones. Over McCollum. Jones, no luck. And so it's Williamson with it. He brings it up for the Pelicans. 6-point game. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Memphis this season. Now, here's Valanciunas. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. It's McCollum with the drive. An easy 2 points on the layup.
That's easy work for CJ. He'll burn you anytime you give him a lane to the hoop.
Outside, Jones passes to Adams. Clark, a screen on Valanciunas. Bobbed up there for Clark and stolen by Williamson. 4-on-3 break. Pass to McCollum. Jacks up a 3. Good, and the assist goes to Williamson. McCollum's got 6 here in this quarter.
For his career, CJ McCollum is around 40% from deep. Fantastic.
Jones looking for an opening. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
The Grizzlies shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Only shooting 71 really on the season, so there is plenty of room for improvement.
And that one falls for Jones. Steve, last season the Pelicans showed signs of progress over previous years.
Well, Kevin, securing their highest finish in 3 years. Yeah, I definitely call that solid progress. And I think this team could be on track to only get better.
And New Orleans going with a whole new group out there. And he makes both free throws.
We saw glimpses of Ja Morant's potential in his first 2 seasons in the league. But year 3, both Ja and Memphis took it to another level.
Now here's Graham to the right side. And Hayes kicks to Murphy. Pass to Graham. Launches it. Man's trying to break loose.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Morant passes to Brooks. 1:06 left in the first half. Drives to the hoop. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
The way Brooks gets by people, he varies the pace of his dribble to keep you guessing.
Graham surveying the floor. Now Daniels. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Takes the 13-footer. Nope, not that time. Nothing for two from the field. Memphis leading by 5. Here's Morant. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
What a night for John Morant, showing off that versatility, and he's relentless at the offensive end.
Nance sends a screen for Hayes. And the pass to Daniels. Back to Hayes. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. Hayes has got his first basket.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Grizzlies lead by 5. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Welcome to halftime, everybody. What a battle we're witnessing tonight at the point guard position.
You might think I only like seeing the big man battles. You're half right. I prefer those, but this guard matchup is fun too.
Nice of you to say, big fella. Thanks for humoring the rest of us.
You're welcome, Ernie.
All right, let's focus on the half of play we just saw. It's proving to be an uphill battle for the Pelicans.
Right now, it's about the lack of defense, or lack thereof. Giving up too many wide open looks. I'm not seeing any heart or any hustle.
Yeah, you could just imagine what coach is telling them in the locker room.
Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Guys, John Morant has been sensational.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
Kicking off the second half, here's Taylor Jenkins' 5. In at the guard spots, Morant and Bain. Then there's Dylan Brooks. And then there's Steven Adams. And it's Aldama and at the power forward position. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Last season, we know the Pelicans made that trade to bring in C.J. McCollum. He says, I think it's a match made in heaven. I'm happy to be here. The cool part is that I haven't had to make any real adjustments. The way I play is the right way. Kevin, back to you.
Well, and he's completely changing teams mid-season. Tough thing to do, but he is a veteran that can certainly handle it. Ball in his hands, good things usually happen. Hey, David, thank you for that story. Pelicans trail by 4. Jones, the pass to Valanciunas. McCollum against Morant. Takes it from 10. Here's Valanciunas, and he makes good on the layup.
The persistence of Valanciunas paying off in a big way on the glass. He is just a tremendously hard worker.
Adams with the screen on McCollum. And it's Brooks in the corner. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Brooks has got 5 points so far.
The defense decides to gamble off him, and he cashes in.
Dylan Brooks seems like a very spirited player, Smitty. He plays with a lot of emotion.
I've heard coaches say he's the team's biggest cheerleader, whether that's game time or practice. Kevin, he loves to motivate his squad to be at their best.
There's Morant. after the made shot from Jonas Valanciunas. Over McCollum. Pelicans pull it in. Valanciunas has got 5 rebounds tonight. Loads it up for Williamson. And it was still over the rim. Offensive basket interference. And the Pelicans making a change here. Alvarado's checked in. And the Grizzlies making a change here. Memphis leading by 3. Morant scanning the floor. There's a minute 47 left here in the third quarter. The Grizzlies with another miss.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
McCollum against Morant. And here's Ingram from the arc. Grizzlies with the rebound. They've got the Wizards ahead of them. Their next game in Washington. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip. Morant right side. Alvarado grabs the board.
He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
Passes it to Valanciunas. Now the dish to McCollum. Near the three-point line, it's Ingram. And again, New Orleans has no luck. The Grizzlies have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Here's Morant. They get it back. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Morant's got 16.
He has elite athleticism, makes Ja Morant a threat on the glass, and you know he can finish.
Here's Alvarado. It's tipped. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Conchar, the pass to Morant. Clock at 6. Teardrop shot. C.J. McCollum with the rebound. From 13. He can't hit that time.
And he's frustrated. That's a shot he can make in his sleep.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. It's the Grizzlies. They lead by 5. On New Orleans, back in a moment. And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter, what is still anybody's ballgame. And so Graham will bring it up for New Orleans, trailing by 5. Running on the wing, they'll have Jones and Ingram. Then there's Devontae Graham. Then there's Hayes, and it's Murphy in at the 4 spot. So that's the group out there for New Orleans.
Likes to facilitate the basketball, but Devontae Graham can hit from long range.
Clark sets a screen for Jones. And Clark slams it in.
Well, you wonder why we're seeing so many points tonight. Just look at the D.
And late in the game here, it's just as important to get stops. We'll see if either side is up to the task.
Here's Jones, following the score by Memphis. Back to Graham. Off target from outside. And the Grizzlies leading by 4. Inside. Conchar, the pass to Brooks. To the middle. Here's Clark. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
A player who's aware of everything around him. Brooks sees the man break open and hits him.
Nancy's checked in for New Orleans. And Memphis also making a switch. Aldama's checked in.
One shot.
On the free throw, no good. Pelicans trail by 6. Here's Graham. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Excellent D that time from Jones. Brooks outside. Shoots over Ingram. Brooks misses.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Here's Graham. And again, no good by New Orleans. And the Grizzlies leading by 6. Jones kicks to Brooks. Shoots over Ingram. And the shot is long. The Pelicans have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here.
Great to see Ingram forcing the issue, dependable at finding ways to get to the strike.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Grizzlies.
They are dominating the paint in this one. Consistent work inside throughout the game.
And something else that stands out is how efficient they've been from the mid-range, making the most of their opportunities.
And that one falls for Ingram.
You know, I love that Brandon Ingram continues to grow his game. We've seen him get better at moving the ball, which only makes him more versatile on the floor.
Looking who's out there now for the Pelicans. Jonas Valanciunas comes in for Nance, and it's C.J. McCollum in for Devontae Graham. And Memphis also making a switch. Adams checked in. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
No doubt about those free throws. This is why you put the ball in his hands.
Ingram against Brooks. 1:49 left in the fourth quarter of this one. 6 to shoot. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
This is who you want leading that play. A sure passer with great awareness.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. They trail by 6. 1:41 left here in the fourth quarter. Williamson is checked in for Jackson Hayes. Memphis also making some changes. Baines checked in for Conchar, and it's Morant in for Jones. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks, guys. Willie Green had some words for his team during the break. He's pleased that they're getting consistent points in the paint. He said, in this league, it's not easy to do what you guys are doing. Let's just keep doing it until they stop us. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Here's McCollum. Following the basket by John Morant. Valanciunas with a screen on Morant. Lets it go from 14. No good from Valanciunas.
This is the shot you want right at the rim. He just couldn't deliver.
Payne passes to Adams. There's 57 seconds left in the fourth quarter. In the corner, it's Payne. Lets it go from deep. Pelicans pull it in.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
McCollum kicks to Ingram. Valanciunas sets a screen for Ingram. That one off the back iron and out. 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Brooks the pass to Adams. Here's Aldama. Guarded by Valanciunas. Pass to Bain. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. For three, Ingram. The shot missing. And so the Grizzlies take the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And now let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline for our player of the game. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Ja. A lot of swag on this team tonight. Who's responsible for that confidence?
I feel like we all talk to each other, even the coaching staff. Coach let us play with a lot of freedom. Everybody have the green light, so I mean, there's no reason to lack confidence when you have a coach who believes in you every step of the way and just let you go out there and play your game. So we always just preach, keep shooting, make or miss, and we behind you. So.
You all look like a confident bunch, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. And now our New Balance player of the game, Ja Morant.